Hey guys, first of all, sorry for being away for some days. Beyond not making videos, also just not being there on social media and stuff, my faithful main computer just took its last breath, and I was in the midst of setting up a new computer and installing all the software I need and everything. So yeah, that's why I've been away, and I hope I'll be resuming a more, let's say, present presence from now on. Anyway, my girlfriend is out of town. She's visiting her parents for Christmas. So I took the opportunity to kind of tidy up the house and also clean. Now I'm done with the tidying up today, but the cleaning will come tomorrow. But since I've set up everything in the house nice and tidily, I thought I might take you on a tour and show you around and maybe explore a little bit various nooks and crannies here and there. And now I have an old video which is like a short tour of my house, but everything in here has changed a lot since then. Beyond my girlfriend moving in, I've also rearranged a lot of stuff for various reasons. So I thought it might be interesting to take you on a tour and kind of explore various corners and just go through things and see what piques interest. So, okay, so this is the main door. Out of this you have the street, because we're not living in an apartment, we are living in an old house. And so you step immediately from the street into this space right here. Okay, there's a mirror there. So okay, that's a painting that was given to me as a gift, and by an unknown artist, I must say. I have my bicycle here. So anyway, this is like my music studio and also like artist's workshop. As you might see, I have lots of like painting materials and stacked older paintings around here. Yeah, my portable grand piano, keyboard, electric guitar, bass, acoustic guitar, some amplifiers. This is a nice picture of me and my girlfriend from those days of yore when I still had hair, although you can already see the thinning. This is like a drawing with colored with color pencil by my friend Laz. And here I have like two big bookcases where I've basically stashed a lot of books. I don't really use that much. University textbooks from my days in the philology department and the classics department, and also some philosophy books and everything that I need. Some lights I used to use for filming. So yeah, so then I have this nice screen here, and I basically used it to separate this main space here into two rooms. So now we go into the kitchen / living room area, as you might see. So the kitchen is at this point horrible. I need to do a lot of dishes, sorry about that. I was very busy these days. I hope you're not horrified. So yeah, that's where we spend most of our like everyday moments, let's say. This is a very comfortable chair that was left here by the previous tenant, and he's a friend of mine. He basically gave it to me because it was kind of damaged, but I managed to make it usable, and it's extremely comfortable. Here we have like an old laptop which has a relatively big screen, and we use that to watch movies and stuff, YouTube and whatever. I have some fairy lights. I really like those. I have a lot of comic books here. those two shelves are all Star Wars basically, and then I have much more, a lot of stuff here and here behind those pillows. Some CDs. Those are mainly like metal and things like that. You know, music I used to listen to mainly in my adolescence, my youth. Still enjoy it, but don't listen to it that much anymore. I also had some CDs there, by the way, and those are more like classical music and stuff like that. But who listens to CDs anymore, right? So anyway, yeah, I also use this as a reading area when it's not, occupied by a pile of coats. And this nice little couch here. As small as this looks, and it is, I sometimes sleep here, you know, in pretty much in a fetal position, but it's strangely enough very comfortable and comforting. So I have some, you know, small carpets and rags given to me by my grandmother. But I don't know, they're kind of warming up the place. So yeah, that's the kitchen. And yes, there's a lot of work needs to be done, and it will be tomorrow. This is a painting by my friend Laz again. I think it's quite interesting. That's a picture of me and my girlfriend that another friend of mine kind of, did with some, digital whatever. And it does look nice, you know. It doesn't look good through the camera, but it's, you know, he gave it to me as a gift. So this is like the main room. Oh, the painting right there over the laptop is again by my friend Laz. He's a very talented artist, and I'm lucky to have his works. So this is like the first big like room that you get into when you come into the house from the street. So yeah, let's take another glimpse. So okay, now, and you'll see the peculiarities of this house. Now we go out into the inner yard. The house is built around an inner yard, which means that basically spaces are, various rooms and sections of the house are separated through this inner yard. And now you'll hear a very unpleasant sound by this door, and as you see the doorknob comes off for some reason. Okay, wait a minute. Oh god, this door is going to break one of these days. Now here we have a small dam I had to build because when we have strong rains in the summer and in fall, we get flash floods, and my kitchen and living room has flooded a couple of times, more than that actually, and I had to throw away some carpets and stuff, which was very unpleasant. So I built those little dams. I like the word dikes for dams because it reminds me, it evokes the image of lesbians fighting back the ocean or something. So yeah, anyway, let's close this door again. Very unpleasant sound. So yeah, this is the inner yard. I've put two big like garden umbrellas here so that sorry, it needs to focus. Yeah, so that when we need to pee, and because that's the bathroom over there, there's a storage area and a bathroom over there, so that we don't get wet when it rains, and we just need to go across the yard and use the bathroom or go up the stairs. So yeah, there's another little dam here, as you can see. And now this is very nice. The previous tenant, one of my artist friends, he did this like glass thing, and it's quite nice. There's a storage area here, which is extremely messy, but hopefully everybody's storage area is like that. And then we go into the bathroom. I'm just going to give you a small quick glimpse because I need to clean it. But it's quite large, and I do like that about this bathroom. So now we go up the stairs to basically my portion, my section of the house. And okay, And you can also see the umbrellas from here. There are a lot of dried leaves because there were strong winds these days. So maybe you can get a glimpse of how, you know, of this whole inner yard thing is set up. Yeah. So that room is still part of our house, and that place there are the neighbors and next door neighbors, and there's another like big house on this side. Yeah, there's a lot of green stuff because the water drainage systems don't work that well on the roofs, and all the water just comes pouring down when it rains, and yeah, it has a lot of problems, but that's why it's insanely cheap. The rent is like 220 euros, it's like nothing. So yeah, this is how I set up these umbrellas. As you can see, these are the stairs here, and there's a bridge that goes to that room there, and I'll show you that later on. Now, we go into the dressing room, my dressing room essentially. Okay. So, this is it on the first glance. I'm trying to get a good picture of this. It's not very easy. It's a very full room because I have a lot of clothes. Collecting clothes is almost a hobby for me, to be honest, or it used to be. I'm a much simpler man now, but I used to be quite the dandy. So, now the way all this is, yeah, you can see that there. That, you know, these pictures here, they're posters from events I used to organize and do and everything, like music performances and photo exhibitions and stuff like that. That with the mummy and everything, my grandfather brought that back from Cairo when he was passing through on his way back from the Korean War, because he fought the Korean War. Those are some photos from an exhibition I did. I took those photos. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so this closet, there are two closets, this one and this one, which is much bigger. This closet actually came with the house. It was already in the house, and I was very grateful for that because it really took care of my storage problem. So this closet over here, these are my, let's say, this is my everyday attire, okay? So we can open this up here. Hopefully there's enough light shining in. So these are more my, you know, everyday kind of clothes, things I wear, like to go to the university and stuff like that, and you know, and meet friends and everything. Because you know, my everyday life outside of university is really just pajamas and warm clothes. I don't get out that much anymore. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of clothes here, and I have pants and some gloves and whatever, and some shoes down here. And this part of the closet, basically coats and warm, you know, winter wear and stuff, and some bags. Essentially, I'll show you. Yeah, so you get the picture. So this is like practical everyday attire. Now, let's go over to this closet, the big one. Yeah, I have some like practical shoes that are just, you know, they're just there so I can put them on the spot and just go out of the house and get bread or something, you know. But this, the big closet is probably the most interesting one. It has 3 sections. The first section, okay, focus. Okay, the first section right here, these are like my serious suits, and you know, some coats to go, some dress coats to go with them, and like a more serious suiting or fitting suits bag, and some leather gloves, and like a watch, you know, some sunglasses that might go with it, and you get the picture. I don't really get to wear them that much. these series suits that much anymore because, you know, I'm not doing really anything that would require them. But I do like them nonetheless. And I have some extra ties here, and some suspenders, and a nice belt, and some scarves and whatever. So, now, we go to probably the most interesting part of the dressing room. Okay, yeah, first I have my hats, like my more theatrical hats up here. And this goes now right into the main section of the big closet, which are all my theatrical clothes. You know, the Gothic Baroque stuff I wear in videos and everything. And you probably can't see much now because there's also not really that good lighting. Ah, that's better. So I have a lot of velvet suits and nice, you know, very Gothic vests, and you know, shirts with lace and all those weird things, you know, and very interesting, flashy, strange theatrical ties over here, and down here I have some bow ties and some, you know, some weird stuff. There's other weird clothes, nice vests. All my favorite vests are right here. So yeah, I used to wear all that just like almost on an everyday basis when I was, you know, a Gothic Lolitas, and then when I was a dandy. Now they're mostly for artistic purposes, but they're still extremely close to my heart. And okay, oh, there's a mirror on the inside here, which is very nice. Now, okay, let's close that. Now, this last section over here is theatrical coats, very long theatrical Gothic coats. Can't see very well because the light is bad. But yeah, you know, stuff you would see in a Victorian film or something. And one day I might show you these things. I have a great collection of them as well, and maybe we can get... No, we can't get a peek in here because the light is horrible. But yeah, that's what's here. Now, the house also came with those built-in-the-wall little closets, two of them, or cabinets more likely. And here I have all my wigs that I use now for videos and photos and stuff, and my old weird little Dracula glasses, which you might, if you're one of my old viewers, you might remember these. They go well with this wig here. And of course I have all my nice dandyish and Gothic jewelry here, and some nice watches and pocket watches, and yeah, you get the picture. And a couple of old bags down here which I don't use anymore, but you know, I still like them. So yeah, you get the picture. Let me close this again. Now let me show you some of the decorations on the wall. You know, I have some paintings, and good old Oscar Wilde, and that's actually me. And Tolkien down here, and you know, the nice grandpa clock, and some, you know, here are some Greek poets, and there you can see Arthur Machen, Edgar Allan Poe, Lord Dunsany, and H.P. Lovecraft. Now here you can, so this is my diploma in classical philology, and up there is my master's degree in philosophy. And then there's some more paintings and stuff, and some swords, two katanas, and you know, those. And here there's another sword and some more swords. These are all wall hangers. They're not functional at all. I would never fight with them or train with them or spar with them, but they're nice, you know, for your wall. And then I have some masks up here, some more here. I actually made 3 of these, that one, and that one. So, okay, so now we're we're sliding into the main attraction of this whole thing. First of all, here I have a lot of shoes once again. Most of those are like you know, New Rock and Dr. Martens, and generally steel toes. Most of them are steel toes, actually. I used to wear them a lot in my youth. I can't wear them that much anymore, but I still love them. And then I have some more shoes here. These are probably my favorite shoes. I absolutely love them. I don't wear them that much because I don't want to damage them, which is kind of strange. You know, I've become one of those guys who wears rags not so as to not damage you know, favorite clothes. So now we're in this little in-between area, but which, you know, we're through the opening that is created by the two closets, and we're in this strange little place right here, and it's almost like a secret room, and it's my main room, my bedroom, my office, my computer room, everything. And this is the most interesting part of this whole thing, most likely. Okay. As you can see, this is the heart of the Wizard's Ivory Tower. Now, let's explore a little bit. All right, okay. First, let's close the door. Let's see how this all, you know, fits into a streamlined kind of thing. Okay, this is the door which I, you know, created as a night sky motif or something. These are my wizard's robes, actually. They're all ritual robes. This is something I made a long time ago. There are a lot of I used a lot of sigils from the Simon Necronomicon. Now, where to start? That's a good question. Well, let's start with this wall, actually. Now, this is my new computer, my new laptop, and I'm very happy with it. And yeah, watching some Skyrim-related stuff, and good old Oblivion up there, and Middle-earth down here. And so, yeah, this is where my desk, which has my computer on it. Here you can see my microphone for recording and everything. And this is my bed. Yes, that right there is a teddy bear. I've had it since I was 2 years old, and he is a faithful companion. Now, these are all my paintings. All the paintings you're going to see in this room are mine. So this is the iconic Wizard in the Ivory Tower. This is one of my relatively more recent ones. That is me and my best friend Echo in the world of ideas. This is Nyarlathotep. This is one of my very old paintings. That one was supposed to be Yog-Sothoth, and that I named Azathoth, although Azathoth should be more of an idea, really, rather than a specific form. And there, of course, we have the Black Emperor. And another one of my paintings right there. That was a sketch that a friend of my father's did when I was born. So this is my writing desk. This is where I write my stories, my literature. Let's explore that a little bit. This is where I write. I don't type immediately. First I write manuscripts, and then I type them. Tales of Energy. So you can see. And I always prefer pencil because I like to have the ability to erase when needed. So yeah, it's very ornate, as you can see. I have some nice pens here, some nice decorations. So let's take a step back and take a look at this wall. Now, that mask up there, the Black Pharaoh mask, I made that myself as well. These are obviously two windows. I made those drapes. Yeah, I really like the gold, black and white motif. This is supposed to be like, let's say, the white altar, and we'll go to the black altar later. It does have an ancient Egypt Freemasonry kind of motif. You can see here, and the ritual sword as well. It's also Masonic, as you can see. And up there I have the the Black Pharaoh. Now, don't be alarmed by the swastika. It's just meant as a solar symbol. During those days, I really enjoyed using the swastika as an artistic motif, and I just used it as with its original symbolism of, a solar symbol. And I never really considered that people find it edgy. And of course, then I realized it, and I just kind of stopped it because it was the unnecessary drama. Anyway, yeah, we have here an Azazelian triangle of evocation. This ring is an heirloom, family heirloom. Good old Anubis here, Aladdin's lamp. Now, before I go into, that side of the room, which I will, don't worry, we'll explore that in detail. Let's take a look into this, walled-in cabinet. This is basically my occult collection. I have occult artifacts, occult books in here, ritual items, 2 staves that I made, as you can see, around here. Also, I have a Leviathan encircling staff up here. Don't feel like taking it out. Anyway, I'll show you what I have in here because it's quite interesting. No. Okay. Ritual masks that I have made. I've made all of these ritual masks. As you can see, again, we have a swastika motif. Again, it's just meant as a solar symbol. And yes, those 2 knives are Nazi replicas, but again, they're there just for the aesthetics. I don't have any, pretty much, I have nothing in common with that ideology. I don't like, having those disclaimers, but I suppose they have become necessary in our day and age. Down here we have, okay, again, I have also some, pendants and stuff and whatever. This one I made myself years ago. Some crystals and everything. I like crystals. This is, an old Simon Necronomicon pendant, which I really enjoy. This I used to use this as a chalice. It's very cheesy, but I kind of like it. Okay, down here I have some more, just general stuff, some gloves, some masks, which I use with, ritual robes and everything. In these little boxes I have rings, some tarot decks. This is some strange Egyptian perfume that I found somewhere. It smells very interestingly. I have this for years and just has a little bit left, but I kind of use it as like a anointing oil or whatever. And here I have a collection of occult books. Most of them, or at least a big portion of them, are by Michael W. Ford, who is somebody whose work I have studied greatly and has been a great artistic and philosophical and whatever else inspiration for me. And then these here are just other books. Here we have a Simon Necronomicon. Here we have a cobweb because, yeah, I get bugs in here sometimes. Some, Key of Solomon, and etc., etc. So, yeah, this was a very quick look at that. Now, let's go over here. Okay, first of all, this is, the main part of the triptych of the bookcases. This is my fantasy library, let's say. Okay. Here I have some, weird stuff and, conspiracy theory stuff and crazy theories and ancient aliens and all those strange things that I always enjoyed reading because it gave me very interesting ideas for my fantasy stories. So I keep a collection of books like that as well. Some more fantasy books, some theoretical works in fantasy fiction over here. And here I have some just ancient Greek texts. And up there I have some classical literature and Shakespeare and also some Harry Potter and George Martin and generally stuff that didn't fit in the rest. or that I didn't feel like having downstairs in the other bookcases. So let's take a look at some decorations here. Here are my armored gloves. They're fully functional and very beautiful. I've been checking out this book, Lovecraft Unbound. This is a picture of me getting my master's diploma. Here's a picture from the day I got my degree in classical philology with two of my friends who got their degree at the same day. Me with my, best, closest friend one day when we did a bike ride around the lake, the local lake. This is my maternal grandfather. He died some years ago. He's the only one of my grandparents who is dead. So I keep a picture of him here. He was a very good man and a very brave man in a very difficult time. He was a school teacher and he had to fight just for his right to just go to school and not become just like a builder or something. I have some, stress balls or whatever here, and I never use them because I'm never really that stressed anymore. But even when I was, I didn't use them. I should have, I suppose. This is an ancestor of mine. He was an academic in Romania. I just like the picture, to be honest. This is an old picture of me with my parents when I was 2 years old. I have that there because my grandfather once told me, you should have a picture with your parents, and he gave me that picture and I said, oh right, it's a nice picture. And that's me when I was a little kid. I don't know why I have that there. It's kind of fun. It's a fun picture. Now we go to one of the main attractions, the Black Altar. This is where I spend most of my magical time, let's say. This is Michael W. Ford's Luciferian Witchcraft. It's a very nice book to just have open. But the problem is, of course, it gets dusty, and sometimes I'm worried about maybe something happening to the pages, but, it's a very dry place, so I suppose it's fine. Anyway, I have some candles, some stuff. This is a black mirror that I made years ago. One of those classic skulls you see sometimes on altars. A dragon given to me by my friend Laz. A ritual bell. Incense burners. Wands and the Thames, as you can see. Now here is one of my favorite mirrors. I really like the wood carving. Some more lamps. A bouquet of fake black roses. I thought that was very romantic, and it goes very well with this violin over here, which is a real functional violin, but of course I never learned how to play. A sword which is kind of cheesy, but it reminded me of Stormbringer from Michael Moorcock's work. So that's why I have it there. Now, from those masks, I made the 3 ones in the middle, and I use them in videos and as ritual masks sometimes. This is a Harry Potter toy mask, but I really like it. This is a mask made by a friend and, an acquaintance really, but a very good artist. And so I'm really lucky to have a couple of his masks. I also have a blue one in the dressing room. These are, this triptych here, those are my paintings, and those were the first paintings that I created and felt that, you know what, I think I can paint, so I continued on. So we have the Black Emperor again here, Nyarlathotep as a jester sprouting over the box, and like a satanic high priest with an Egyptian vibe kind of thing. This is an Ottoman bayonet, an authentic Ottoman bayonet actually. Which I bought once as a birthday present myself. This is another painting of mine. Now this is something I had in a photo exhibition of mine. It's like the names of like very masculine, solar, narcissistic individuals. So Alcibiades, Alexander, Antiochus IV, Caesar, Augustus, Caligula, and Nero, and of course down there, Helios. I kind of like it as a decoration now. So here, up here I have my manuscripts and some empty notebooks, which are very decorative. I might use them for future writings, and some books here's some books that look nice, and here's my collection of old antique books. And then some other books that I just have here. And then down here I just have a pile of incense. And I'll probably put it all in here, but I haven't gotten to it yet. So yeah, that's basically this room. Maybe I can give you like a spinning around. Yeah, it has a nice ceiling, and I painted it gold. I painted all the rooms myself with colors used for painting, not for painting walls, just for painting pictures. And that's why it looks kind of different. So yeah, this is essentially my room. Oh, but by the way, I also love this carpet. Really like it. So yeah, this is where I spend most of my time, you know, my personal time. So yeah, and you know, now as one final, let's say, part of this tour, I'll give you a small peek into my girlfriend's room. Well, let's see where Mrs. Wizard lives in the Ivory Tower. I won't have a detailed one because maybe she doesn't want that, but I'll just give you a small peek so you can see the whole house in its structured entirety, let's say. So yes, here once again we have a missing doorknob which I have to manually apply when I want to open the door. You know, these are the problems of old houses, but the perks of old houses is they're big and extremely cheap. Okay, there's also the dressing room has an interesting curved ceiling. The whole house is kind of curved, actually. Everything is curved in this house. So now we go through this little, let's say, bridge here and into the last room of the house, which is basically built over the bathroom and the storage area. And this is my girlfriend's room, essentially. So yeah, it has a nice window. Oh, you might ask why I have all those smaller umbrellas here. It's because it's for the rain. It's because you know, I use that to protect the bridge and the stairs from a lot of dripping and rain. It's kind of weird. Oh, and here, before we go into that, you know, my girlfriend's room. Here are some stones that you know, we had an earthquake a couple of months ago. There was a very strong one, and huge rocks from the next door house fell into our yard, and if it weren't for the umbrellas, they might have landed on our heads. So yeah, so let's take a quick look in here. So this is where my girlfriend lives, and I'm also stashing some of my things here because, you know, there's no room in the other room, so some video games and some stuff I store here. And yes, again, we have paintings by our friend Laz, those two and that one. And yeah, this is basically where she lives. As you can see, a kind of difference in tone. This used to be my main room a couple of years ago. I had my computer and everything here. And I don't know why, because the room, you know, my now main room, it was always like that, and it's much better. But anyway, so yeah, this was basically it, really. Now, we didn't have any daylight, which would have shown you like the roof. You can see the roof through this window and everything, but still, I suppose you got to see some stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour. Again, sorry for being away. You know, I had to deal with the problems with my computer and everything, but I think we can go back to normal in a few days. And again, just showing you some weirdness around here. So thanks for watching if you made it to this part, to the end. And sorry for rambling all the time, you know, I didn't script that at all. And again, so again, thanks for watching, and really glad to be back in contact with you guys. Hopefully I will be at the time where you see this video. So thanks, guys, see you soon, and leave your comments below about what you think about my weird aesthetic. So thanks.